This incident happened to me a year ago. My school finals were approaching, and my preparation was still incomplete. Normally, our school library would close at 5 p.m., but since exams were near, the school had extended the library hours until 11 p.m., so that students could stay longer and prepare. My home wasn't far from the school, so instead of studying at home, I preferred to go to the library, where the peaceful atmosphere helped me focus. That day, I reached the library at 6 p.m. and got so engrossed in my studies that I lost track of time. When I checked the clock, it was already 10 p.m. I had never stayed in the library this late before. Usually, I left by 8 p.m. By then, most students had also left, and the entire library was eerily silent that I only had about 10 to 15 minutes of work left. So I decided to finish quickly before heading home. As I was deeply focused on my studies, I suddenly heard the sound of someone walking strangely outside the library. Feeling uneasy, I quickly grabbed my books and stepped out of the library. Outside, there was a long corridor leading to the school's main exit. As I hurried through the corridor, I noticed a woman standing at the far end that I couldn't recognize her. But as I walked closer, an inexplicable sense of discomfort washed over me. My heart started pounding, and out of fear, I called out, "Who's there?" The moment I spoke, the woman disappeared within seconds. I let out a sigh of relief and quickly walked out of the school gates. As soon as I stepped outside, I noticed something strange. The streets were completely deserted. This was unusual because the area was usually bustling, even late at night. A slight chill ran down my spine as I kept my head down and walked towards my home. Then, out of nowhere, I saw a shadow moving on the ground. My breath hitched. I looked up and saw a woman walking ahead of me. Something about her seemed off. She was limping as if struggling to walk. Her clothes were tattered and filthy, her hands and feet appeared twisted, and her hair was completely disheveled. My heart pounded in my chest, and I stopped in my tracks. Every instinct in me screamed that I shouldn't get any closer to her. But neither could I gather the courage to overtake her nor turn back. Suddenly, she stopped walking. Without turning around, she asked in a low, eerie voice, "Have you seen my daughter?" My body froze. My throat went dry, and I couldn't utter a single word. I was too terrified to respond. Trembling, I simply pointed in a random direction, hoping she would leave. She limped away in that direction and slowly disappeared into the darkness. I didn't waste another second and started walking as fast as I could towards my home. My mind was in complete panic mode, desperately hoping to spot a car or a passerby to seek help. And then suddenly I heard a chilling scream from the distance. After that, everything went black. When I regained consciousness, I found out that some passers-by had discovered me unconscious on the road and had taken me home. Later, I learned a shocking truth. Back in 1998, a 32-year-old woman lived in an apartment with her 9-year-old daughter, who studied at the same school. One day, while playing at school, the little girl tragically lost her life in an accident. The mother couldn't bear the loss and, in her grief, took her own life. Since then, people have often reported seeing the restless spirit of the mother wandering near the school.